Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to today's session. As usual, being a Sunday, we meet and we talk about health. We look at how can we live a longer and happier life, being healthy. And today we have two very powerful speakers who are going to talk to us, and I can't wait for this. It's an amazing, it promises to be an amazing session. And I will invite the first one, with Cathy Macharia, who is basically going to take us through the first part, then she will invite the second one. But I can tell you it will be an action-packed event. Make sure you don't miss even a minute of it. So without further ado, I want to welcome Cathy. Cathy, are you there?
Yes, Fred, I'm here.
Okay, we can hear you, but I can't see you. Now we can see you.
Okay. So thank you so much, Fred, for the invitation. Thank you for the introduction. I'm privileged this afternoon to be your presenter. My name is Catherine Macharia. Catherine is married to Salim Baya Mwarema, and we are blessed with two sons, 30-year-old and a 20-year-old. And by profession, I'm an engineer, an automotive engineer. And I live and work in Kilifi together with my family. How did I get to know about Neolife? About 2 years ago, our youngest son had health challenges. And so a friend of mine reminded me about the Neolife products because I knew about them earlier, but had never, I didn't use them. And so I immediately put him on the products. He had a health challenge, and while in boarding school, the teachers asked us to take him back home because they needed to be addressed. He was having pains in his hip joints, and so we brought him home, and he was able to see the doctors. And what came out of it is that he had avascular necrosis, which what it means is that blood supply to the femoral head, the hip femoral head, is usually disrupted. So that means the hips were not growing as they needed to, so there were some challenges. So we saw some doctors, we talked to doctors, and they indicated to us that he needed to have some surgery done. And so my friend reminded me about the products, and immediately I placed him on our Neolife supplements, and he used them for a while. Then early last year in January, I decided, let me join in so that I could start using, or could buy the products at a distributor price. And so that's how I got into this. And my journey from then on has just changed. Now today, let me share my screen. Today we'll be talking about the heart. Yes, so there we are. So today we'll be talking about the heart. And we are telling you that you need to take charge of your heart. There are times, and I've been one of the people who've done this, that have imagined because my heart is okay, I haven't been told by the doctor that I need to take care of it, that then, things are fine. But the more I've been learning in Neolife, the more I've been attending these meetings, the more I've been listening to the health talks, the more I've been doing research, I have realized that health is my choice and it's my prerogative. It is I to make a decision whether I want to invest in my health or I don't want to. And so by the time we are done this afternoon, I'm praying that you will also have made that decision that you need to take charge of your heart. So a bit of background. So I've said I'm an engineer. So what I'm going to share with you is what I've researched. So I'm not a doctor. And what I know, what I've researched is that the heart is the primary organ of our circulatory system. The other parts that make up of the circulatory system are the blood and the vessels. Now, our heart has three main functions. The first function is to pump oxygenated blood throughout our bodies. The second function is to control our heart rate. And the third is to maintain our blood pressure. And just to add on to that, it also circulates hormones and other essential substances to different parts of our body. So the heart consists of 4 chambers, 2 which are on the right and 2 which are on the left, and each are separated by vessels, by valves, which direct the flow of blood throughout the body. Now, one of the things that I found really interesting as I was doing this research is that the heart beats over 100,000 times a day, 100,000 times a day. And it continuously pumps about 5 liters of blood throughout our body, around our body. Now, my car also uses about 5 liters of oil. So this really resonated with me because I imagined the heart and the car engine work about the same, that it has to take, the engine has to go around all the moving parts, and the heart also takes blood around the moving parts. So now the other thing is that these blood vessels are made up of 3 things. They are made up of the arteries. The arteries are the ones that transport the oxygenated blood from your heart to all the parts of your body. Then we have the capillaries. These are the ones that connect the small arteries to the small veins. And these ones help to exchange water, oxygen, carbon dioxide, nutrients, and waste between the blood and tissues that are around them. Then we have the veins. The veins are the ones which carry the oxygenated blood back to your heart so that it can be oxygenated and then again pumped to the rest of your body. So that's just a brief on what the heart does. Now, facts on heart disease today is that Africa is home to more than 1 billion people and is a major contributor to the global burden of cardiovascular disease. Now, in 2019, it was attributed that more than 1 million deaths were attributed to heart disease in sub-Saharan Africa, which constitutes to 5.4% of all global heart-related diseases, deaths, I mean, and 13% of these deaths in Africa. This was very shocking for me. Now, WHO even did a study here in Kenya, and it showed that the 2020 study showed that 4.54% of total deaths in Kenya were related to coronary heart disease. Now you can look at that 4.54 and look at the 5.4 that constitutes of all the sub-Saharan Africa. And you can see that we are carrying the biggest percentage of that. Now, heart disease is preventable. Why am I saying that? Now, a couple of things that we need to know about the heart diseases. Now, the first one is that the heart disease can affect the structure of the heart, meaning the valves, the muscles, the fibers, and the blood supply can be affected. And so when that happens, then that's when you hear someone being told they have cardiomyopathy, or you hear they have congenital heart disease, or you hear they have heart valve disease. Now, there's also the most common one, which we call the atherosclerosis, which is building up of fats, cholesterol, and other substances in or on the arterial walls. And this builds up to something that's called the plaque and causes the arteries to narrow, blocking the flow of blood around the body. Then we have hypertension, which is also known as high blood pressure. And this, what happens is that there's increased pressure on the blood pushing against the walls of the arteries. So blood pressure is good. When it gets to high blood pressure, that's when it becomes bad. Then we have the fourth one, which is called the angina, which is asthmatic heart disease. And what happens is that people get very hard chest pains, and these are usually caused by reduced blood flow to the heart, and this can be sudden or it can reoccur over time. And symptom of this is a chronic coronary artery disease. Then we have the heart attack and heart failure. Now I have to tell you, I have to admit this, that previously I thought that heart attack and heart failure were the same thing, until a friend of mine told me that actually they are different. And I did look it up and I realized that, yes, it is different. So the heart attack occurs when the flow of blood to the heart is reduced or is blocked. Now this could be because of a blood clot. While heart failure is when the heart muscles are not able to pump blood and oxygen to other organs as it needs to. Therefore, the blood starts backing up in the arteries and causes fluid to build up in the lungs and in the legs. And that's why at times you'll see people who have symptoms of having shortness of breath or swelling of legs and feet. Now, just to show it in picture form, this is how a normal heart looks like. And this is how an enlarged heart looks like. And so what it usually means is that that heart is working more than it needs to. Now, today, we are only going to discuss two of those heart diseases. We are going to discuss about hypertension, which is high blood pressure. And then we are also going to discuss about having excess cholesterol in the body. So blood pressure is the measurement of the pressure of the blood against the walls of the arteries. And these arteries are the ones that carry blood from the heart to the other parts of the bodies. Now, please note this, is that, I need to reduce, thank you. Please note that your blood pressure raises and falls throughout the day, depending on what activity you're doing. So if you're running, if you're walking, if you're agitated, if you're angry, your pressure will go up. And that's why when you go to the hospital, before they take your pressure, they normally ask you to sit down, calm down, rest, and then they take your pressure. So it said you have high blood pressure when the measurements taken read over 140 over 90 millimeters of mercury. That's when you're said to have high blood pressure. Now, just to understand these measurements, how the numbers, that first number, the 140, what it means, it measures the pressure in the arteries when the heart is beating. Then the lower number, which is the second number, which they call the diastolic BP, is the one that measures the pressure in the arteries when the heart rests in between the beats. So normal blood pressure is taken to be less than 120 by 80, and if it's elevated, it's between 120 to 139, or the lower reading to be between 80 or 90. Now, on further research, I also saw that there's what they call step 1 diabetes, high blood pressure, step 1 high blood pressure, and what they call step 2 high blood pressure. So step 1 high blood pressure is when it is between 129 to 139, and then the lower one between 79 to 89. So now high blood pressure does not have any warning signs or symptoms. And actually, most people don't even know that they have it. So this develops over time. So you will realize that that someone one day, they just go to be taken their high blood pressure, and then it's found that they actually are suffering, have high blood pressure. And it can also happen to people when they have pregnancy. Now, just something to share. So the other day, I was reading about Tina Turner, the queen of rock and roll, who passed away last week. And in her memoirs, she had written how she was diagnosed with high blood pressure in 1978. But because her family had it, her mother and her sister had it, she didn't take much thought about it and actually thought, hey, this is my portion. I mean, in my family, we have this. So even me, it's okay. And so she didn't do anything about it until 1985, when she started taking a pill a day. But because of not managing her high blood pressure for all those years, it ended up being a chronic, she didn't have chronic kidney disease. It also damaged her heart, and she actually had to undergo a kidney transplant in 2017. I also read that she had also other challenges, health challenges that came up. And it really made me realize that we need to really be serious about taking care of our blood pressure. Now, high blood pressure can also lead to other diseases, excluding the heart disease. It can also lead to kidney problems. It can lead to eye problems. It can even lead to dementia, and also erectile dysfunction. So in short, what I'm saying is that we really need to take care of our health, because our bodies are the only place we have to live in. So what are these causes, or what are the causes of hypertension, others known as high blood pressure? One, having a magnesium deficiency. And the symptoms for this is having cramps, feeling fatigued, you're finding yourself very irritable, and even migraine headaches. The second one is toxin exposure. Now, there are people, because of where they work, they've been exposed to chemicals over a period of time. It could be lead, it could be PCBs, It also could be the toxins in the environment. There's also cholesterol imbalance. One of the things that about hypertension is poor nutrition. And that's why I said at the beginning that we can be able to do something about high blood pressure. The other one is antioxidant deficiencies. Symptoms, you can find yourself feeling fatigued, you have red gums, and bruising easily. I didn't know this is one part of the things that, having an antioxidant deficiency brings that. Then there are some of us who our response to stress also keeps us gets us to have high blood pressure because we become very anxious. Some of us even go into depression and even start addictive behaviors. And then increased salt intake. This leads to heart disease and can also lead to stroke. So the people who end up reaching for salt, even before you have tasted food, I would advise that you start now tasting your food before you even actually go ahead and add food. I decided to add this slide in here because a couple of times I've been asked by people in regards to low blood pressure, and this is what is known as hypotension. And just a brief on this is that the causes of low blood pressure could be dehydration. So guys, we need to take water every day. Women, 2 liters of water at a minimum every day. Men, 3 liters of water. It could also be because of serious medical conditions. It could be because of pregnancy. As I said, even in high blood pressure, there are times you could get high blood pressure because of pregnancy. It could be because of loss of blood, maybe because of an injury, or you could be having a severe infection, those infections that don't go away, or severe allergic to something. And then also lack of nutrients, especially things like vitamin B12, folate, and iron. Now, what are the symptoms of low blood pressure? Dizziness, or feeling lightheadedness, yeah? Or fainting, having blood vision, fatigue. Fatigue also shows up in high blood pressure. Being confused. There are times you've realized that people you're talking to someone and you can't coherently make what they're saying. And those are the times when you end up giving someone Fanta so that they're able to bring up their sugar levels. Agitation, nausea, all that. These are things that that the symptoms of low blood pressure. Now, the second thing I wanted to talk to in regards to heart health is excessive cholesterol. Now, cholesterol is good in the body because we all need cholesterol. The cholesterol is needed in every cell of our body, and it's even found in our blood. And it's a waxy, fat-like substance that is made in the liver. And as I said, it's found in the blood and it's also in the cells of the body. Our bodies need cholesterol to build healthy cells. But now when the levels become high is when you have an increase of risk of heart disease. Same thing with high blood pressure, no symptoms. Yeah, but you can only know this by having a blood test done so that you're able to detect the high levels. Now, just to mention about this, one of my friends used to have very severe headaches and used to permanently have a Panadol in their pocket. Until one time, one of the doctors he saw actually told him, let's do a cholesterol test. And it was found that his levels were very high. And there's a product here I'm going to talk about that's called Lipotropic Adjcan that really helped him to bring down the levels of cholesterol and his headaches went away. So another thing is medical conditions that can cause excess cholesterol. This could be chronic kidney disease, diabetes, HIV/AIDS, hypothyroidism, lupus, and also medications that are taken for some of these medical conditions: acne, cancer, high blood pressure, even organ transplant. So what are these dangers of excess cholesterol in the body? One, what happens is that the blood thickens. Once the blood thickens, then it starts forming blood clots. Then the arteries become clogged. Blood has become too thick to be able to travel through the arteries, and then it ends up attacking the heart. Now, remember, your first heart attack may be your last heart attack. So it's very important that we take care of our cholesterol levels, and every so often that we have ourselves tested to be found how our cholesterol levels are. So what are these risk factors to heart disease? One, high blood pressure, which we've just discussed, high cholesterol, which we've also discussed. Diabetes also gives you a risk of having a heart disease. Smoking, people who smoke 2 packets or 3 packets of cigarettes a day, that also. Physical inactivity. These diseases that I'm talking about, heart disease, is a lifestyle disease. And WHO had said that the rate we are going, that by the time we reach 2020, which is already gone, is that 3 out of every 4 deaths in the world would be because of lifestyle diseases. Now, physical inactivity is one of it. So we hardly do any physical activity. We want to ride cars or bodabodas or motorcycles to the closest place that we want to go to. And these are some of the things that are really giving us issues. Abdominal obesity. Now there's a weight to hip ratio that is normally taken so that you're seen together with the BMI so that you're able to see, are you on the range of obesity? Are you in the range of being normal weight, or what do you need to do? And then poor diet. We are eating a lot of fatty foods, foods that are processed, so that we don't end up eating the foods that we are needed to eat. So what is this? The last thing I've talked about is diet. So what is this that we are talking in regards to diet? Now this pyramid, even when you go to the hospitals, you will find this pyramid put up there. And WHO and everyone else all agree that for us to have good weight, we need to do 3 things. We need to have physical activity, we need to manage our weight, and we need to have a diet that is rich in whole foods. And that's where this comes in. So the base of our pyramid here is the physical activity and weight management. We need to look out for this. Then we need to do at least our meals every day. 40% needs to be whole grains. Whole grains are the grains that have not been removed, the outer covering, which is called the husk or the bran, and the life that is inside, the one that is called the germ. Those are the ones that are called the whole grains. So when we eat the white flour, that has been removed so that it can stay on the shelf life for a long time. When we do white chapati, all those are processed foods. When we do oils that have been processed so that they can stay long on the shelf, all this have been removed, the nutrients that we need. So 40% of the food you eat needs to be whole grains. And let me tell you, whole grains, when you actually take whole grains, you eat less than you would normally do if you are doing the carbohydrates and the starches. Then we need to do 30% of our foods need to be fruits and vegetables. Now it's recommended every day we need to do at least 6 different types of foods, and at least 13 helpings of vegetables. So this is 30% of your food needs to be fruits and vegetables. Proteins. We're even advised to do more of plant proteins than plant proteins. We do more of plant proteins, than animal proteins. Animal proteins, and an example, meat. Meat takes 72 hours before it's digested in the body. So it's recommended, even if you're going to eat meat, a 1/4 kg of meat needs to be eaten by 8 people, so that is enough your body needs for your body needs. So this just needs to be 20% of your diet. Then even in lower quantities, 10% needs to be fats and sugars. One spoonful of fat, 1 spoonful of sugar is enough for you in a day. But now, how do we eat? This is the New Life Healthy Lifestyle Pyramid, but our typical lifestyle pyramid looks inverted. Now we have very minimal physical activity. So what happens is that a lot of us have become overweight. Then we do very little whole grains. And even here in the coast region, we remove the husk, we remove the germ, and that is given to goats, it's given to cows. But then we end up just taking that white bit, the endosperm, which is just starch. We do very little of fruits and vegetables. Mainly fruits are given to children. When they reach 10 years old, we stop giving them fruits because fruits have become too expensive, or when someone is admitted in the hospital. But immediately they get back home, that's it. Proteins, we do a lot of proteins, and especially animal proteins. Now, sorry to say this, but we need to avoid using the broiler chicken, because the broiler chicken has been injected with hormones, so that a chicken within 6 weeks or even 4 weeks is already 2 kgs. While we know the kienyeji chicken, how long it takes before it can be big enough to be eaten. And then we do a lot of fats and sugars, and this is very detrimental to our health. So people who do a lot of sodas, please just know that every bottle of soda that you drink is equivalent to 8 spoonfuls of sugars that you have put in your body. So we are doing a lot of junk food, all that. And these are the things that are contributing to us becoming the way we are. So now, this is where New Life now comes in. This gentleman here in the middle, it's called Jerry Brasfield. And Jerry Brasfield, when he was 19 years old, decided to build this business based on a belief that he had, that he wanted to make the world a healthier and happier place. Jerry, when he was young, used to have severe case of asthma. And they used to eat the way I've shown you our typical lifestyle pyramid. So someone talked to the mother and told her to change the way they were eating, and involved and also helped her to use introduce herbals into their foods. And by the time Jerry was 19 years old, he was completely healed of asthma and has never suffered from it again. So he's the founder of our company right now, and he's over 80 years old. And now he's handed over, because our company was started in 1958. And now he's handed over the reins to his daughter, last-born daughter, who's called Kendra, and she's the one who's running the company now as the CEO. Now, in 1976, Jerry partnered up with Dr. Arthur Fast, who's the pioneer of cancer treatment and toxicology. Actually, he even founded the Stanford Cancer Chemotherapy Laboratory, and he's the one who came up with the treatment for cancer, chemotherapy, and refused to patent it because he wanted people to be able to use that treatment around the world, because he realized that there was a lot of disease that was taking place that needed to be taken care of. And from that, he also researched a product that we recommend to cancer patients to use 6 months later after their treatment, after their chemo and radiotherapy, to use it. So in 1976, he formed what we call the Scientific Advisory Board. And this board, their work is to research, develop, and manufacture products using the best science in the world and using only natural products. Now, the people you see here on the right are all nutrition experts and scientists who are very well known, renowned, and they publish. And they're the ones who form the Scientific Advisory Board. So the New Life difference is that, one, our products are non-GMO, meaning that they are natural. They have no chemicals in them. They have not been grown with chemicals. They have no fertilizers, nothing. Then we are a team that knows that good health begins from the cells, and our products are based on whole food cellular nutrition. Our products have been created by doctors and scientists, as I said, under the Scientific Advisory Board. Our studies are done, clinical trials are done on humans, not on animals. And then we also have a pharmaceutical license for manufacturing. Now, one of the products that we have, and which is the first in the whole of the world, it was developed in 1958 and is what we call the Trianen. Trianen is a whole grain concentrate. And what we've done, it fills the grain oil gap that we have in our diets today, because a lot of our foods are processed. So what the Trianen does, and this means 3 in 1, what it does, this has been generated from soybeans, from rice bran, and from the wheat germ. And what it does is that most of our cells, because of the way we eat, have become very unhealthy. So the cells are not, the nutrients we eat are not able to go in, and neither is the waste able to go out. So we end up having very unhealthy, sick cells. So when you start taking Trianen, the cell membrane starts becoming soft and permeable, and it allows the nutrients to get in and the waste to get out. So what it does, it feeds your cells, it energizes you, it increases the cellular energy production and optimizes membrane function. And by the way, it has been proved to increase nutrient penetration by 50%. This is a study that was done, and it has been proved to do that. So it's a great for heart health. It normalizes BP. One of the other, good things about it is that it retards the aging process. So this is a must-have product in each one of our homes. So the other product we have is the carotenoid complex. The carotenoid complex is made from yellow, orange, red, green, and pigments from fruits and vegetables. And this bottle you're seeing here of 90 capsules is equivalent to having 115 kgs of raw fruits and vegetables in this bottle. Now, a clinical study was done to see the effectiveness of carotenoid complex. And it was proved that if you take 3 tablets every day, that by 20 days, your immunity will have increased by 37%. Now that means taking 3 tablets every day means it's equivalent of taking 3.83 kilograms of fruits and vegetables every day. This we cannot be able to do. It's not realistic for us to do this. This product took over 17 years to be researched and developed, 7 of which were used to just test it. So our products are superior. Our products are the best in the market. And as I said, some of them are the first. Even the carotenoid complex, being that it can do that, it's among the first in the world today. Then we have the omega-3 salmon oil. Again, this is first of its kind. It is the only omega that has the whole family of 8 omega-3 fatty acids. They have balanced them so that they're able to support your body. It is also great for heart health. It helps in heart attack and strokes. It helps to reduce the high blood pressure. And it's pure salmon oil that has been made from natural salmon fish and has been screened for over 200 potential contaminants and found to have a detection level of 0, absolutely 0. So you can just see how great our products are. What is in the market is usually omega-3 that has either 3 or 5 omegas, as has all the 8 omega families in it. Then we have this product we call the Essential Multivitamin and Mineral Complex. And this comes to bridge the gap between our diet and what we need to be taking. So it provides us with the essential vitamins, minerals, and trace minerals that we need in our bodies every day, because our diets lack the density and diversity of the nutrients needed for optimal health. So, and it has 23 micronutrients in it. So this is the solution. For us to be able to turn your pyramid from the wrong side down to the right side up, this is the product that we call ProVitality. It's our flagship product, and it contains all those 4 products that I've spoken about. So the carotenoid complex, the threonine, multivitamin and minerals, and the omega-3. Now, what is the benefits of using the ProVitality? Now, key here, and we have underlined it, is heart health. But it also gives you very many other things, because remember there are 4 products. So you get abundant energy. It has antioxidant protection, so that means your cells are kept safe from from diseases. It gives you immune strength, healthy brain function, flexible and healthy joints. So people who are having issues with arthritis, all this can support them. It provides you with clear vision, carotenoid complex, youthful skin. I'm sure each one of us wants to have youthful skin and hair and nails and lifelong cellular health. Now, these are the also other products that we have in regards to heart health, and I will just mention the ones that I haven't spoken about. So the first one is the lipotropic adjuvant, this one here. And this lipotropic helps to keep lipids, the fats in our bodies, emulsified in the bloodstream, so that they're able to mix well with the blood. It also minimizes oxidation of cholesterol into plaque, and it prevents blood clots in the blood vessels. So you can see how this is a fantastic product to use. And people who suffer from cholesterol, excessive cholesterol, this is a product you really need to use, the lipotropic adjuvant. Then we have the garlic allium. Our garlic allium is a natural antibiotic, very good for reducing cholesterol levels. It also helps to lower blood pressure. It reduces the risk of heart disease, and it's good for maintaining our high blood pressure and excessive cholesterol, and supports healthy circulation of blood within our body. Then the other one we have is the vitamin E. Now, vitamin E supports healthy blood circulation in the body. It reduces the risks of us having blood clots. And now anyone who suffered from a stroke, this is a fantastic product to place them on, because this will stop them from having any future strokes. And it has the entire vitamin E family from whole foods. Then we have the fiber tabs. I know we know fiber tabs for helping you in heart management, in your weight management, which is very good because it contains both soluble and insoluble fiber. And it also helps to reduce blood sugar if your high blood pressure is related to diabetes. And it removes the bad cholesterol from the body, and also the excess body fat. Last, then we also have the CalMag, calcium, magnesium, which also has vitamin D in it. and it's chelated so that it gives effective absorption of the calcium and magnesium up to 6 times into the. So it is lost. And this is good for regulating your blood pressure. It also prevents dizziness for people who would be suffering from symptoms of low blood pressure. And it's also good for the heart health. Last but not least is this product we call the CoQ10 for enzymes 10. This is a fantastic product for giving energy to all the major organs in our body. Now, CoQ10 is coenzymes, and each of us, coenzymes are generated naturally in the body. But as we age, and by the time we get to the age of 50, our levels have gone down by 50%. So this is a product that we really need to doing it every so often. So it promotes cellular energy, it boosts your energy and stamina, and supports healthy vision and hearing, including being an antioxidant for healthy heart function, and supports you to have a strong heart. So just some days, I've come to the end of my presentation, but just some days to note. 17th of May, which just passed us, is the World Hypertension Day. So these are days that we could look at. And 29th September is observed as the World Heart Day. So as our flyer said today, you can't beat a healthy heart. Don't wait until you become sick to start taking care of your heart. You've heard of products that can really support you. Each of us needs to have threonine in our homes. We need to be doing omega-3. And I forgot to say that omega-3 slows the aging of the brain. So family members who you have elder members in their home, even us who are getting older, we need to have this as a permanent fixture, a supplement that we are using. And remember, it has all the 8 omegas in the family. Now, prevent from your family having a broken heart. Your first heart attack may be your last heart attack. So take care of your heart today. Now, thank you everyone for your time and for your attention. It's been a pleasure to be your presenter this evening. And now I would like to invite a lady that I really respect, a lady who's a go-getter, a lady who has the world at her feet because she is doing this business and supporting people to change their lives, to change their health, to change their finances. And I'm just honored to be able to invite Grace Chege to come in and give us her testimony in regards to heart health. Over to you, Grace.
Yes, thank you so much, Catherine. That was a great session. I'm so happy because you're a rising star in this business. You're very new, an engineer, a professional doing this business in a very short time. It's very encouraging. And thank you, because heart health is very important. My name is Grace Chege, and I'm a mother and I'm married. I'm married to my business partner, Caesar. I'm a HR by training, by profession. And this business found me 9 years ago when I was working in the office, very busy. And I'm also here to tell you I've done this business opportunity for the longest on part-time. But today we are here to talk about heart health. When I was joining 9 years ago, my why for joining was money. And the reason why I joined for money, and I really wanted additional money, is because my spouse, Caesar, started developing complications, and the complications were around heart health. And today I'm here to share a story of hope. I'm here to tell you that you can get what you want in your life. Is it health? Is it money? Is it empowering communities? You can do it. When we got married, before the second year in our marriage, my husband started having headaches. And it was not like so serious, but from one day to another, he got unwell. The first time, the doctor said that he has migraine. And today, as we've talked about heart health, I just want to really appreciate the power of our products. But at that time, I didn't know Neolife. I didn't know this opportunity. And I remember after that, it was very serious. He developed a mild stroke. And from that time, our lives changed. And it took a negative turning through our finances and health. I remember one of the things that really brought him down was the use of painkillers. It's called avoid painkillers. He used to take like 3 to 5 Panadols a day. And this time we didn't know that a big challenge was coming his way. And when we went to different doctors, they said, other doctors, he said he has a tumor, a brain tumor, because the headaches were going, they were not, it was sad. And for me, I just want to remind you, this was my second year in marriage. Today, I'm 15 years in marriage, and I can tell you, it was not easy. It was not the life I was expecting. As we continued, the doctors, one of the doctors that really, following up on him, referred me to some neurosurgeons, and all this through the journey. I want to remind you, we were using a lot of money, and my cover got over. He was covered at my medical cover at work. So for those who are on this call and maybe you're saying I have a medical cover, I can tell you it can come to an end. And he was diagnosed with an issue called Meniere's condition. It affects the nerves. And from there, he was given a lot of neurobinds, painkillers. Neurobinds are to like stimulate the nerve. And it was sad because when Cathy was talking about fatigue and blood vision, this was what was affecting him. Sometimes I remember even when I could take him to the hospital, I had to ask for help because, we had to lift him up, and, he was fatigued always. And even to tell you, he lost his livelihood. My husband then was a businessman. So you can see what really came about. And I remember all this time we kept going to the hospital, and his blood pressure was rising and rising and rising. And I can tell you, heart health is very critical. And when you just have your blood pressure in order, remember, most of the times his blood pressure was 190 over 130. I want to repeat that, 190 over 130. So this person, I remember he was getting admitted like 2 days, and then he's back home, then again he's readmitted. And we were using a lot of money, and there was no happiness, and things changed from bad to worse. I remember in the year 2014, we went to India for treatment. And when we got to India, we were there for 2 months. It was not easy because the operation could not be done because his blood pressure was rising and rising, and he was to be done ahead, a surgery in the brain. And all this time, I just want to tell you, I didn't know the power of these products. And I am here to say, yes, you can go and see the doctor. You can try all you can, like we did. We went to India. We used a lot of money, over 3 million Kenya shillings. But today, I'm here to say that the sadness is gone. Because when my husband, even when we came back from India, I remember there were some friends who came even to see him at the hospital. Because imagine you're coming back from India, the doctors have done their best, and then you have been readmitted. Why? Because of blood pressure. And the headaches were still not going off. And I remember asking one of the doctors at Nairobi West Hospital, is it because of the surgery? What is making him not to get better? What is wrong? And let me tell you, I truly thank God because of these products, lipotropic, omega-3, and 3NN. We kept giving husband these products when he was there. And one of our key products that he really loves, even today, is garlic allium. I can tell you, when I look at, the power of these products, because I have lived with my husband for over 5 years, being sick. And all these complications came very, very quickly. And today, he's so healthy. And his blood pressure is normal, is 120. You can see, and I want to clarify this for maybe someone who is on this call and asking, Grace, did you leave the doctor's medicine or did you take it along with the products? He took the doctor's medicine together with the products. I want to repeat that. He took the doctor's medicine together with the products. But do you know the turning point? Do you know the positive thing about this day by day because he was taking a lot of other painkillers and medication, and he was swallowing 3 different medications for high blood pressure. But guess what? The doctors, day by day, they started removing the medication. And this for me was just amazing. And his turning point was not just a one-day event. I remember it's just the other day we were having a conversation, and he was telling me, it's just amazing. He doesn't remember when last he took a Panadol. And sometimes the blood vision, I remember he used to stand and, he's not having a clear direction and tells me, put on the light and all those things, especially in the night. I had to wake up so many times because of the blood vision and the fatigue. He was always fatigued. When I look at the invention and the power of our products, CoQ10 is also a product when it came to the market that has really, really helped my product, my husband. And I remember when CoQ10 came on board, he used it just for like 3 weeks, and he told me, this product is making me feel like my energy is being renewed. So as I talk to you today, it's through the power of these products that today he's no longer taking the doctor's medication. And our products, when I look at a product like garlic, it's just amazing. I remember there was a day that, he was under pressure when my mother-in-law passed away. And I remember my husband just telling me, I'm not feeling well, but just go and come with garlic. And that's it. And his blood pressure stabilized. When I look at the power of these products, I just thank God so much. Today, when I look at, there's a lady we were talking with, and I asked her, how comes, because this is also a business, and I can tell you, I joined for money, and I'm so excited about money. But this lady told me, Grace, when I took Provitality and garlic allium consistently, I want to say the word is consistently, I have discovered that my problems are going. And let me tell you, this lady, Alice Mwangi, the month that we just finished of May, the business month, she did 1,500 points. This is someone I've seen doing 60 to 100 points only. But she told me, Grace, after my family using the products consistently, Grace, I am making money. And I just want to say, this lady never came for money. She has enough money. But today, when I look at not just the products, but the doors that are opening, people are getting money, people are making money, I am just so excited. When I look at my husband's health, and not only him, but so many people have been encouraged by his story. Remember, so many people saw us struggle, we got into debt. And that's why when this presentation was done to me 9 years ago, I saw the money, my friends. As a HR, my money was not enough, and debt was so much. When I look at what has happened in my life today, I have a wealthy business in the US, not because of money. Those leaders never joined because of money. Those leaders joined because of help. And I am saying this because maybe you're on this call and you're saying, Grace, yes, I need the products, but Grace, I also need money. Let me tell you, today, I'm just so excited about what is happening in my life because I said yes. Just the other day, about 5 months ago, I was in the country of Botswana, and it was amazing. The lady who checked, she's an immigration an executive, and she told me, Grace, you've really carried a lot of t-shirts and a lot of books to this country. You're going to pay some tax. And I agreed to pay tax, but I didn't know this lady had issues. And when she talked to me, she told me, Grace, if your life is about health, I have some issues. I have hypertension, and I'm even now going to swallow my medication. And I told her, okay, this is an opportunity that can change that hypertensive story. And today I'm just so excited to tell you, this is someone who is doing a big business. Last month, she closed with over 500 points. And this is Lesago Babusi. This is someone, a total stranger, who just, caught me there at the airport. And today, it's not about Babusi. It's about the impact she's making in Botswana. She's really sharing these products. She's really moving these products because her health has changed. She told me, Grace, I had pains all over my body. But today, the story is another thing. Today, I'm just so excited because of our Pro Vitality product. That is what opened my doors even to the international business I have. Just like, like Botswana, the first person who used Pro Vitality, they had back issues and diabetic issues. And today I can go on and on and on. Just the other day, I met a lady who joined my team not long ago, and she told me, Grace, I have a heart problem. And this lady started using Pro Vitality together with Trienen and other products. And just the other day, in our Nairobi session meeting, she was sharing that she went out for her ECG test at Kenyatta. And she was told, you know what? Your cholesterol is coming down. Your heart is okay. So today, I'm just so excited. It's not just a business. It is about transforming the lives of people. And not only in my motherland, Kenya, but across the world. Me saying yes to this business has just changed lives of people. And today, I look at New Life as a blessing from God to me, because when I look at my finances, this business has given me so much, not just finances, but traveling across the world and earning a check over $3,000 every month. So today I'm just so excited that God has wiped away my tears, especially the pain I came with in this opportunity. I truly appreciate being given this opportunity. And back to you, Catherine.
Thanks, Grace. Fred, you can take it over.
Okay, thank you so much, Grace. Thank you so much, Cathy. That was awesome. We can't add anything. We can't take away anything. Guys, you have it. Let's take care of our hearts. It's the only heart we have. We don't have a spare. This recording will be available later today so that you can be able to share with your team. Let us share it widely. Let us make the world a healthier and happier place. If you're interested to know more about the business, if you want to hear the full story of Grace Chege, tomorrow evening at 8, she'll be doing it at the business session at 8 p.m. With Pascal Olo. You cannot afford to miss that one. Make sure you invite your entire team, you invite your customers, let them come on board. She truly has a passionate story. She's truly making a positive difference in people's lives. And I'm excited because the common trend is a majority of people are joining our business because of health issues, and they end up finding money. They come in because of health, but they end up finding money. Grace came in, she saw money, and she also saw the health. So I was going for money, but I got health in the way of my parents' health and that kind of thing. So it's an exciting business. It's a fantastic business. This coming Saturday will be at KICC. Guys, let's be there Saturday and Sunday. Let's learn. We will be learning a lot with Charlie Bolton, a 5-diamond director, billionaire, all the way from South Africa, who is going to come and share with us. So otherwise, have a restful rest of Sunday evening. God bless you. See you again next Sunday when we are going to be talking about different aspects of our health products. Thank you all, and goodbye.